So this is the 71-inch pantry cabinet from Itaar. I'll do an overview first for those of you who are just looking and want to see what it looks like, and then I'll give some assembly and setup tips as well as my opinions on it towards the end for those of you who are thinking of buying or just want the full picture. This is a fairly large and I would say rather good looking cabinet. We have just started to fill it up and there's lots of storage to fill. It comes with 2 upper cabinets with magnetic door latches. They are pretty large and have an adjustable height shelf inside with 3 different positions to pick from. It also comes with a built-in power strip for plugging in the appliances, as well as a lower opening for any large appliances or items. There are some exposed screws that you will be able to see here and there. It also has 1 small sliding drawer, and then there's a storage cart with 3 tiers. Now this is sitting on 4 wheels and it only has 1 bar as a stopper, so technically if you remove that bar, you can roll this to really any place in your kitchen. And then on the bottom you have another pair of larger cabinet doors, and this is for more bulky or heavy items you may have. And then you have the final cabinet with some shelves that are not height adjustable, and the door also has 3 door shelves attached to it. I think this is a smart use of the space and it kind of maximizes the storage options. So if you liked what you saw so far, here's what the process looks like after purchase. You get this delivered in 2 separate boxes. One is large and very heavy at 94 pounds. The other one is a bit lighter at 47 pounds. I did have some damage on the outside of my large box and what looks like it was dropped on one corner. But everything inside was actually in perfect condition and had no damage. There was definitely some thought put into packaging and everything was well secured. As for assembly, everything came well labeled, and the instructions for the most part were excellent. I really love that they have a diagram to show what part of the cabinet you're working on. I wish more furniture manufacturers actually did this. They do include a screwdriver and ask that no electric drills are used, but to be honest, their included screwdriver is just horrible and uncomfortable, and I used my own screwdrivers for most of this. As for the fit and finish, all the screw holes lined up and had pre-drilled or at least starter drill holes for everything. During the whole project, the only things I think someone might find slightly confusing were on step 15, the layout of where to screw things in. It might be a bit hard to read off of the instructions, but this is what it should look like. Then for step 32, you really need to push part B deep into the opening to get it to engage. And then for step 45, the instructions said the little bars were part 48, but the stickers on the bars said part 49. But it was still pretty obvious that these were the bars that were needed for this step. Also, things to keep in mind just to make the process smoother, there are some parts where it really helps to have someone helping you. And when you're putting the top and the bottom together, make sure the backing fits smoothly into the groove, do not force it. Also on step 27, on mine, there was an issue where the rail was a little loose after I screwed it in all the way. And I had to add a little bit of tape on the back of the slider just so it would be more snug. Also, when you're putting on any of the doors, if one is sticking out more than the others, the magnets are adjustable, and if you loosen it, you can adjust its position. When it comes to installing the LED light, you have several options. If you don't want to do anything extra or you just got the white cabinet, you can just let the wire hang. There will be appliance wires there anyways, most likely. Or if you want to make it look a little neater or you got one of the black or darker color ones, you can take 2 of the 5 clips they provide for the actual strip and use them to secure the wire in the corner and up at the top. I decided to go very extra and I drilled a hole in the backer right by the USB outlet, then drilled another hole slightly above that one. Then I took the controller and put double-sided tape on the front and attached a rubber foot pad I had laying around to the button. Then I stuck the controller on the back side of the cabinet so that the button faces out, and I got something that looks like this. Then I decided to go even more extra and I attached a felt pad to the button because it was a little too deep into the backing. Then I drilled another hole at the top and fed the LED strip through it. Then I took one of the 2 extra screw covers they provide and stuck it over the button. And now I have a hidden-ish button that activates the LED lights. I also cut the extra second cover for the wire opening. So before I give my opinion on this, I want to give a disclaimer that this was sent to me for review, and while that doesn't change what I say, I like to let everyone watching know. I'll start by saying if you're really tall and you want to use this for something like a coffee station, pay attention to the height of the counter. It's a little on the lower side. Overall, I am very happy with this cabinet. The assembly was smooth, the directions were well thought out. Having said that, there are a lot of steps and the assembly does take a fairly long time. The fit and finish is very good for a cabinet in this price range. Although it's not perfect, but it's things unless you're really looking, you probably wouldn't notice. They do need to include a better screwdriver. If I didn't have another one, I would have really struggled. But the final product is well worth the effort of assembly in my opinion. The layout is well thought out and provides a lot of potential for many different storage needs, and it looks really good while doing it. So I would say this is definitely a great option to consider if you're in the market for a cabinet.